Hey, friends, and welcome back to Vibes N Delites. I'm Frenny, aka Friend the Human.
I'm Slappa.
And let's start by talking about this TikTok ban, yeah. Because I just saw a video where they were like the guy was asking questions about facial recognition. I think that's what he was trying to get at, but it didn't really, you
He
know,
didn't know what he was
he didn't know
asking.
what it was actually asking. But anyway, so he was like, do y'all collect the eyes? You look into the eyes in order to identify. I don't even know what I don't even I am surprised that the TikTok CEO even understood what the fuck he was asking because I did not understand at all. But anywho, in the last what? Listen, in the last Vibes and Delights episode, I was like, or like one of these episodes, I said, these old people gonna fuck around and play themselves. Didn't I say that? They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and it's gonna become mad apparent because these like I think I was referencing like age gap red flag relationships. They keep going for these younger people. These younger people know how to use technology and they finna fucking find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy Jesus. Anyway, but today's theme episode is fuck around and finding out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I did a good job on that segue. And was looking at malicious compliance earlier like this weekend or something, and I was like, these people just keep on like fucking around and absolutely finding the fuck out. And I was like, let's do this week's episode of fuck around and find out. So Slappa chose all four stories today. I haven't seen any of these stories. He just asked me, do you want like, specific things that he knows I would like? So I'm really excited. And also, before we begin, we always talk about our days. It actually was like a regular work week, and I'm really upset about it because I'm not made to work 5 days. Okay, listen. Okay, I am not made to work a 9 to 5 where I don't have control of what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if
Who
I were
is?
to, right, but if I were to be a full time content creator, I would essentially work 7 days a week. But honestly, like the way that we have our schedule set up, we probably wouldn't work that much. But if we wanted to sustain a living off of it, we
I
very
mean,
well might.
we would have way more time
We
to like
would do what we
work
wanted.
on it and
Yeah.
not just do
But
as much as we can.
hmm but that's not going to be for a long time. I mean, if it does happen, amazing. But anywho, but I just had a weird day today, I guess. Like I'm pretty sure this is like the week before my ladies, you know what I'm saying? Before the wars begin. And I just have been in my feelings all week. And it also could very well be, sorry, honey. You know how like we just had basically a staycation last week, and they do say that coming home from vacation, that's known as like post vacation like depression, and it's a real thing. You can like give it a googe, like you can Google it, like, and I got that from another. But like I just today a coworker, not my on my team, because you have different departments and stuff. One of my coworkers or team, well, somebody that I work at my job with, they messaged me and were like, "Hey, why did you transfer this?" Now, I do take inbound calls like for half my day, but for the other half of my day, I mostly do like what could be seen as emails, right? Or maybe not emails, but like basically it's like tasks, like going through the calendars on the claims and basically like making sure everything's still on track, right? And so like it's like half my day is that and half my day is taking calls. And like so this morning we have a lot of new hires because the intake is pretty high, which I'm not gonna lie is very alarming to me. But I just got a promotion, so I'm all right for now. But anyway, so we have a lot of new hires, and they encourage you in training to find a claim that has like an open task on it. That's what it's called. And just like, kind of feel your way around it. Just don't do anything, but feel your way around it. But I think they really should stop doing that practice, if I'm being honest with you, because some people are still taking inbound, like there's thousands, hundreds, probably like tens of thousands of reps, employees, whatever. There's millions of people who work where I work. And like I'm sorry, there's like hundreds of thousands of people. I said millions. We have millions of customers. But anyway, but essentially somebody's going to call and somebody's going to need to access that claim. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's how it is sometimes. And like, just like today, somebody was in a claim that I was using, or that I had a task that came up that I had to address, but there were two different people in there. So I messaged the first guy and I was like, hey, is it okay if you just, unlock? I would like to get credit because I did, speak with the person. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'm new. I'm so sorry. Then I see that the after he unlocks it, another one. And I was like, gosh, man, like I should have just said that the claim was locked by someone else. But I again really wanted my credit for it. And so I asked, hey, can to the second person, can you please unlock the claim? And then they didn't respond to me until 2 hours later. I was like, I'm sorry, but as a person, like as a if you don't respond to me within the first like and within 30 minutes, I guarantee you I have moved the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I was answering emails, if I was taking calls, if I was like scheduling tasks, if it's been over 30 minutes, that means most likely I'm nowhere near where I was at that time. So why the fuck are you talking to me about it? I would sooner leave you on red if it's something that was hours ago. Like if like you go to lunch, somebody asks you for help, you don't need help anymore. I went to lunch, it's been an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I hope so. I hope that makes sense. But anyway,
Mm,
huh, do
you
I
talk about me.
am I talking about you?
I'm such a bad texter.
Oh my god, how dare you, how dare you?
Do you
What
hate
did you
that?
why would you say
Because
that?
you don't like if you don't respond in 30 minutes, you
Well,
ain't
when I'm
gonna.
at work.
Oh,
You look real sus right now. I'll get to that in a minute. But like but anyway, but she messed. So anyway, I'm just saying, like, that was just annoying as fuck, and she didn't respond to me, and then I just left my notes or whatever and moved on. But then she came back hours later and was like, oh hey, I just saw this. Okay, bye, I don't care, and then the final, like, the whole day was weird. Like this dude call I had to call him because his claim didn't make any fucking sense. His wife, why is the phone number listed for your wife going to you? First of all, that's a huge red flag to me. Second, he wasn't even in the claim at all. He wasn't in the car. Why am I talking to you? Anyway, why anyway, I'm sorry. It was, maybe I'm just salty because he was so fucking rude to me anyway. But I was basically calling and I was like, "Hey, looking for his wife." So I was just talking to him essentially like, "Well, I mostly was calling because not only do I need to get statements from you, you know what I'm saying, but also the pictures that you uploaded, your wife rear-ended somebody. So that means the front of your vehicle hit the back of their vehicle, right? Right. Okay. Why are there several pictures of the back of your car if you use the front end of your car to hit someone else's rear of their car? Like, he was like, oh, because that's where I have damage. Okay, how is that related to the accident? And he got a whole fucking attitude with me. Of course, you guys, I am absolutely irritated. It is like about 12 hours later. You know what I'm saying? But like, I was just like, I'm just trying to find out, how is this related to the loss? How is this related to the accident? But I can call back and speak to your wife and we can talk about it. I was being so calm and collected with that fucking dude. And he was just like, look, there's damage on my car. I was just taking pictures. I'm like, bitch, you don't need to fucking talk to me like that. I was so done. I was like, all right, thank you. Okay, bye. And I fucking hung up on him because you're not gonna talk like that to me anyway. And then at the end of the day, a rep was like, hey, why did you transfer a call? And I was on break. So when I came back from my break, I was like, hey, I just saw this. I don't know if you're still in it. I feel like 15 minutes is a good kind of time frame where you can kind of go back real quick. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're like, if you were looking at a claim, you go to break. Sometimes people don't get out of the claim and they're still looking at it. You never know. So she was like, why did you transfer this call? But I was on break. So the last thing I remember handling was a lady who's just said she wanted to be reimbursed for the repairs to her vehicle that she did herself. And so I transferred her, went to break. This lady messages me while I'm on break and she's like, why did you transfer this? And then she was like, she was just looking to get set up on a select service and, whatever, like body shop or whatever. And I was like, hi, because, she didn't say fucking hello to me. Your own coworker, my own coworker did not say hello to me. I'm the nicest to my people I work with. Okay. Anyway, but she was like, I, um, I was like, hi, I see the claim that you sent over to me. I took a look at it, but however, I see that I was unable to access this claim because per the first part of the story that I was telling you, there was two people that locked the claim. You know what I'm saying? I could not access the claim. Also, if you see per my note, that note was from 9 a.m. Okay. It is 2:30. You know what I'm saying? I definitely did not transfer anybody to you because I did just go to break. I see in my note I was not able to do anything in this claim. So I do apologize for any inconvenience that you may have suffered, but I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And then she hits me, and I sent that entire screenshot to my manager because I was like, you're not going to come at me sideways, okay? One thing that I always tell my actual immediate teammates is that I will always be kind because you don't know what someone is going through. That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I like sat there and cried for a moment because I was so upset. Like, I am nothing but polite almost all the time, unless I'm just like mad frustrated about something. And then I get short and I apologize because I'm sorry that I lost my temper and it's not your fault. I'm frustrated at myself. You know what I'm saying? And for them to just extend that level of hostility to me, it was out of control. When I wrote that message back and I was very concise and very professional in my corporate ass words, because I've been writing emails for like the better part of 10 years, you know what I'm saying? um she was like, oh, I guess I don't know where that came from, but we good, right? And I was like, bitch, I had to email, I had to like message my coworker and I was like, girl, what is like, obviously we were mad professional, but we were like wow. But yeah, we were like, wow, that's crazy, dude. Like, how could you? How dare you? Oh, it's so frustrating. Like, anyway, don't be kind to people, okay? Otherwise, you will fuck around and you will find out. All those cake attacked. But anyway, but like, I'm being so serious. Like, I'm always super roundabout and I'd be over explaining like Mojo Jojo. But I I am just so dumbfounded or flabbergasted even by how hostile that lady was to me.
You pontooned.
I pontooned. Oh my gosh. Slap Slap us to me this crazy video. I'm gonna post it later in my store. No, I'm gonna straight up post it. That shit was funny. Like, But it was also like really mean because they totally set that dude up for failure.
That's
But
like the whole show, though.
I know, but what about those poor unsuspecting people who didn't know and they were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel bad for like the people on the panel. Like they thought they were like doing a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's almost like mean, but
Mhm.
like it was pretty funny though. All right. So today's theme, fuck around and find out, right? And Slappa sent all four of these three, sorry, all three of these stories to me right before we started. So I have not read any of these. I'm real excited though. All right. So guy behind me in traffic was blinding me in traffic. What a great title. Guy behind me in traffic was blinding me in traffic with his high beams. So I violated his retinas with the full force of an afternoon sun. Sorry, not sorry. All right. Also, I think it's so funny. I wanted to read this one first because I'm deeply interested. Because I used to drive a little Miata, and a Miata is like one of the smallest things on the road back in the 90s, right? It was a 93 Miata. That thing is absolutely tiny. And I think it went up to my left titty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so small. And I had a hard top that I would remove in the summer and it would become a soft top. And then, eventually I upgraded to a Mustang soft top. Like I had a convertible and again, it's pretty low to the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why I have such terrible knees. Like my ankles are always hurting because I drove the tiniest fucking cars. Anyway, um, but people used to absolutely like blind me with high beams all the time. And what's even worse is like half the time I really don't think they were trying to blind
Just
me. It was
tiny.
just a tiny car. Anyway, all right. So I was driving home from work and traffic was backed up pretty badly for a few miles. It was stop and go. When I get stuck in that, I'll usually back about 75 feet off the car in front of me so that I can hold a pace and move at a slow but constant roll like the semis do. No lie, I kind of have adopted that habit, especially now that I drive literally like when I have to go in the office like next week. Um, it's literally like an hour drive, you know what I'm saying? So I just back the fuck off and I just enjoy my fucking tunes, man. I just enjoy my tunage. Hold me. Yes, give me that arm. Nope, keep your hands out of my armpit. No, stop. Okay. Okay. Um, this way I'm not participating in the bumper to bumper move and brake like the rest of the smooth brain drivers, like the stop and go. Some dude in an Acura crossover was behind me, and I guess he was getting upset because I wasn't 2 feet from the car in front of me like a smooth brain. So he gets up on my butt and starts beeping his horn at me. Lol, I think to myself as I turn up my radio.
Turn up the radio.
I kind of want to know though, like, was he in the left hand lane? Was he in the middle lane? I do want to know. I want to know because if he's doing that in the left lane,
If
can
you're in
kind of
traffic,
see
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
right. But at the same time, like if I am being like that and somebody is being ridiculous, I will get over and let them pass, and then I will either stick where I am because we're not going anywhere anyway, or I'll just get the fuck back over. um you know who I think are real smooth brain drivers are the people who hang out in the left hand lane instead of just passing and then getting back over to the right hand lane. All of y'all are sus and I don't trust any of you. All right, also I'm in a weird mood. I'm so sorry guys. I feel almost violent in the second third day of Aries season. Like I feel almost violent. But then he starts flashing his brights at me, which is where I get annoyed. He's in one of those Acuras that has super bright LED lights, and my car is much lower than his. So his low beams are already pretty bright in my mirrors, like what I just fucking said. Bright enough that I don't want to look in them. Oh my gosh, right? The first time he flashed his high beams, it put spots in my vision for a moment. Ooh, it genuinely hurt my eyes. Wow, that fucking sucks though. After the first flash, he waits for 10 seconds, beeps his horn, and then flashes again. Now I'm getting pissed. I'm thinking, where the fuck do you want me to go? Do you really think me being 2 feet behind the car in front of you will make traffic move faster? Then he flashes for a third time, but this time he held them on for 15 seconds. The gloves come off. Damn. That's messed up. But for real though, like that sort of fuckery, I myself probably would not have let it escalate. I would have sooner surrendered and moved the fuck over because it's not that fucking
Well, what if you couldn't
serious.
have moved over?
But if I couldn't have moved over, I probably would have just scooted up and let him see, oh, great, I probably would have flashed a thumbs up, like, great, now we're, or like started clapping because I do that shit too. Like, I'll start just fucking clapping, like, oh, great, look, here we are, where you wanted us to be. We're still fucking here. And then after that, keep creeping backward and then keep on the slow roll. If you show them, sometimes they do fucking figure it out. And the same thing with left-handed drivers, some or left lane drivers. What I like, I am a left-handed driver, but anyway, a left
Damn left-handed driver.
getting speeding tickets. Oh, by the way. But I but seriously, sometimes whenever I'm on my way home to Shreveport, which is at least once or twice a month, um we essentially will weave around people. Sometimes they're just perfectly far apart that we're able to just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Left, right, left, right. And then a lot of times those people will just stay in the right, or they will stay, or they'll move over. Or some of those people in the right hand lane will decide, why am I stuck behind this person? I can get around them too and go around them. It like wakes people up. And I can't tell you the theories that I have. I really think, like, because I'm always mapping where I'm going to be. Like, if I'm in heavy traffic, I'm not speeding per se, but I am figuring out where the fuck I need to go. And I try to be as safe as possible. Like, realize I've never been in a wreck in my whole 32 years of life. And the one wreck I got into, I wrecked my own car on a piece of cement. Like, so tragic. Anyway, because I didn't see it, not because I wasn't planning it. Anyway, I'm not gonna justify my good driving habits.
You're the best driver, lady.
I'm the only one in my family who's never actually gotten into a collision. So knock on wood. Anyway, um, so during those 15 seconds, as I'm looking away from my mirrors, I see my 14,000 lumen searchlight sitting in the passenger seat. Let me try that again. During those 15 seconds, as I'm looking away from my mirrors, I see my 14,000 lumen searchlight sitting in my passenger seat, at which point I'm immediately overcome by a wave of chaotic, lawful excitement. I'm excited. I am excited. What he has just set in motion cannot be stopped. I think to myself, oh, buddy, you just opened the wrong can of worms. That was so anticlimactic. Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy,
You just opened the wrong can of worms. Golly gee.
Well, if that's what you want to do, I'm opening a can of worms on your ass.
I've never seen this side of you, my dear. I've never seen
Wait a minute, Buster.
Buster. What, you're not getting on this bus, Buster. We've been watching so much Laser Wolf. I came for the booty, but the booty is butt. And then he was like, you want to get on my bus, Buster? Like, he always just fucking.
Octo.
not Clayface. Oh my gosh.
Oh, buddy, you just opened the wrong can of worms. You're gonna learn today.
Thank you for channeling your inner white man.
Exactly how I said it to you.
I bet you it is.
I was there.
Oh no. You were probably in the semi right next to him, just having
I
a
was the
donut.
spare tire.
You were the spare tire. All right. That makes sense. All right.
I read that as fleshlight. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my life. What is wrong with you? I grabbed the flashlight and set it to its absolute max, 14,000 lumen brightness setting. The flashlight has a sensor in it to automatically dim the light if facing down on a table. Otherwise, the diodes would get so hot that they would melt the lens. The 14,000 lumen, we're learning a lot about flashlights right now. The 14,000.
This is an ad for this flashlight. They got us.
Not gonna lie.
Sponsored.
They got us in the first half. The 14,000 lumen setting, but this is how they be on Reddit though, because like they demand, if you know anything about it, you better explain.
Actually, the 14,000 lumen setting is only unlockable with a special SD drive upgrade.
Yes.
I don't know.
I grabbed the flashlight to sorry, and then the 14,000 lumen, I can't unsee the flashlight now, and I hate you. I can't stand you. I hate it.
Why are you thinking about flashlights?
Because you brought it up.
Can't get flashlights off your mind.
Well, listen, it is the week before my wars, and I told you it's weird that I really would love to partake. However, my body yada yada said otherwise. Thank you. Thank you for respecting my hormones. Okay. Thank you.
Why you're thinking about flashlights?
Vaginas. I saw a post that was like, how did you it was like someone who divorced their husband and then came out as a lesbian, and they said they sent their ex a questionnaire like, how did you know I was gay? And he was like,
why are you gay? You are gay.
And he was essentially just like, I felt like I lived in a lesbian's house, like a fraternity house, because she would just draw or paint naked women and just hang them all around the house. And then apparently like all the friends were lesbians or butches, and like were like something like that, and like and
just her crowd, man.
Yeah. And then she started cutting. She started
full into lesbian culture before realizing she was lesbian.
Yeah, like he was like, all of those signs really spoke to me that, oh, and the fact that he was literally the only man that she found attractive. And he was like, I don't know why guys always bring up Ryan Reynolds. Like, I get it, but I mean, come on. Anyway, but like Jason Momoa, like, why are we battling about these beautiful men's like just anyways, but he was like, not even Ryan Reynolds, and she was like, no, and I was like, wow, that was shocking to me, you know what I'm saying? But why do guys always choose Ryan Reynolds? I wonder about that. All right, anyway, we got way off track. Anyway, so this dude's pulling out this flashlight that's got 14,000 lumen and it gets really hot. Okay, so I like really don't actually want to read all of this because it's
Hold
literally
okay. Let's...
here.
The 14,000 lumen setting is so intense. The 57 watt hour battery, it can only hold a 180 seconds charge before the flashlight automatically notches down to a measly 9,500 lumens. During those 180 seconds, the light will burn through 15% of its battery power. For reference on just how bright this is, the literal fucking sun emits a luminosity of 11,000 lumens per square foot on a bright and clear day.
What the fuck? For real? That's crazy, actually. I thought that he was just playing.
He's serious.
I turn
If you buy a
around.
flashlight like that, you're definitely serious about it.
He's
That
probably an
seems
outdoorsy
extreme.
type. It's probably an outdoorsy type.
Oh, is that like one of those flashlights that you can like
Yeah.
shine on a mountain across the valley and it'll be like
Yo, hold up. I'm like looking this up now. Lumen 14,000. Okay, yeah,
oh, with a
that's what I
big
was
boy.
picturing. It's like a flashlight on a gun. But yeah, that's what I was
Fuck up your algorithm. Looking at
you're so
flashlights.
rude. It's gonna start pitching hiking shit to me, knowing I got broke ass Ankies and knees. Anyway, these things are huge, by the way. It's huge, but
That's what
it's
she
like
said.
$20. Anyway, sorry, that was a way off track, and I am so sorry at how chaotic this story is. Anyway, I turn around and aim it straight out the back of my rear window. My car is pretty noisy, so before I turn it on, I rev up my engine to make sure Captain Smoothbrain is eyes forward when I violate his retinas with the full force of the afternoon sun. I hit the power button and can only imagine the freight train of shock and pain that plowed over this man. It was so bright. His automatic headlights turned off. Dang, because the car thought it was daytime. With the light on, I could hear him. I had I could hear him. I could see him.
The light was so bright.
The
You
light
could
was
hear
yeah.
him.
I could hear sound. Wait, I could see sound. You leave me the fuck alone. You leave me alone. Um, it was with the lights on, I could see him clear as glass through his tinted windshield, and he was covering his eyes and looking down, probably screaming. I watched him try and flip down his sun visor, but his hand couldn't find it. As I thought to myself, burn, you motherfucker.
God damn.
You know that part in like Office Space where it's like the fucking fax machine.
Yeah.
Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, die. Oh my God. I imagine my facial expression was similar to that of a 6-year-old roasting insects with a magnifying glass on a bright summer day. After about 5 seconds of blinding light, I took mercy and shut it off. He gave you a full 15 seconds. You know what? That's okay because you basically blasted him with the power of the sun.
He fucked around and he
Yeah.
found out.
Ugh, gosh. And then he proceeded to he proceeded to back way the hell off and then moved over to a different that's what he should have did in the first place. He should have just moved. And that's when I tell y'all, like when I always learned from people around me. Like I learned from my siblings. You know, when my sister got her tattoo, she got a cute little butterfly on her what do they call it?
Tramp stamp.
Yeah, tramp stamp. But my sister got a cute butterfly and didn't tell anybody, myself included. Like, so my sister got a little butterfly tattoo and it was like a tramp stamp, and she didn't tell my mom and dad. And so I when I was 22, I was like, I want to get my first tattoo. And then I went to my parents and I had the a design drawn out and everything. I drew it myself. And you know what's crazy? The tattoo artist didn't change much anyway. But like I was like, I would like a tattoo, and here's all the reasons that I have. And my mom and dad looked at me and they were just like, okay, babe, you're 22. And I was like, I have a speech. And they was like, okay, babe, tell us your speech. And I was like, this isn't your tell. But
How's your sister feel about? I'd be pissed.
oh, I
I'd be
told my
like, they give
fucking
me so much shit, and with you,
yeah.
they're just like, whatever.
No, because like that's what I said is like I went to my sister. I was like, I told them, and she was like, "Oh, how'd they go?" And I was like, "They said it was fine," and they said it was because I asked first, and I was also 22 years old, but my sister was like 18 or something. So I don't know. Anyway, my parents like it's that older sibling thing, you know what I'm saying, where they just treat the older siblings like shit, and like my parents apparently weren't any different. That's why I think that's why me and my big sister are like thick as thieves now. It's like we try taking care of each other, but like there's definitely some discrepancies in our childhood, you know. Anyway, but this is why, see, but I brought all that up. Mojo Jojo, look at that. I brought all that up because I wouldn't have been there. It couldn't be me. It could not have been me. Who child? No, it couldn't be me. Like I would have just moved the fuck over and let his stupid ass pass. But then at the same time, some people have to learn the hard way. So it was inevitability, honestly, if he was going to continue treating people like shit, one day he would find the right one. And he did. So there you go. I'm not the right one, just telling you right now, but I will write a strongly lettered letter. Anyway, was this an unsafe thing for me to do? Oops. Was this an unsafe thing for me to do? Absolutely. Was this illegal? Almost certainly. Was it warranted? Without question. Possibly the highlight of my year. Just drive safe. Don't be a dick to the car in front of you because they might have tools to teach you a lesson. Too long didn't read. Dickhead in traffic was excessively flashing his high beams at me, hurting my eyes because I couldn't go faster than the car in front of me. So I showed him how it feels.
Wait, this is why I like wanted to like I like chose this story over others because this dumb shit. Remember back in the day when people first learned that Facebook sells your data and shit, and then like all the boomers were doing this shit. This guy wrote out a legal notice. Back in the day, people on Facebook were writing like, "Facebook has no rights to my posts and cannot monetize them," or whatever. Like they were like writing a whole legal copy paste thing, like it did anything. But this dude straight up, he's like against you doing what you're doing right now. He's like,
Oh no.
please note the contents of this post are my intellectual property and are protected under common law copyright. Any unauthorized dissemination this post without explicit permission is common law copyright infringement. Well, we're common law criminals now, bucko.
Is that for real?
Buddy.
Is that for
Yes,
real?
he wrote that shit.
I mean, I see
That does
it.
nothing, guys.
Oh.
Like
Not me worried.
writing out that nobody else can like use this public post I posted publicly. It's
Why
like
you say
when
it like
NFTs came out and people were like, I got this NFT and I own it. And then people like screenshotted the NFT and were like, I got it too now, dude. Like what?
oh, that's funny.
That shit's funny to me.
All right, let's see about some of these comments. That's so funny. Anyway, how old is this? It was only like 90 days. Anyway, I bet you it's to keep people like us.
Like, that's exactly like he just like, I don't want to catch this on TikTok.
Oh gosh. All right. People asking about the light. People talking about wanting to do this with their
Oh my
motorcycle.
god, dude.
But it is way too much. I'm not
You're gonna
reading that.
crash on a motorcycle doing that shit.
Unless he like outfits it because like isn't I know okay, I'm not gonna pretend like I know anything, but I thought that the battery was under the motorcycle like seat. So if you
Yeah.
could somehow rig it to like maybe be somewhere close to where your like red light might be, or maybe on the back of your like chair even, but I know a lot of them don't have chairs like, but you can probably
I
absolutely
think
rig
that's like
something.
the quickest way to get pulled over by a cop because cops already are like on the lookout for people on bikes. And if you have just a giant light attached to the back of your motorcycle, I don't think
Unless
it
you
works
have
anymore.
it like fitted so that it looks like it's just a mod. Like people are
Mm,
always custom doing bikes.
yeah.
Yeah. And what if you like outfitted it? This is some real like villain shit anyway. But like, what if you outfitted your bike so it looked like you just did regular designs like you were if you were at a car meet? But you can also configure those lights to just be a bright ass fucking white light. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, lulls. I haven't seen lulls in a while. Wow.
With the
Wow.
Z in it.
Yeah, I used to write that like crazy. Lulls. And actually, I think that's why I started saying I think that's why I started saying lull in the first place. I was like lulls. And then I just started saying it and then it became
Yeah.
actually in my vocabulary. Send help. Anyway, Lols reminds me of a video I saw of a rent a cop shining his flashlight in the eyes cameras of some auditors. They asked him to get the light out of their eyes. He taunted them instead. One of them brought out an indolent handson that sat the guy down and had him radio the office for help. Help. Be a dick and get fucked. Oh shit. That's crazy. Oh god. I want to know what the hell that thing is. Possibly the highlight of your year? Yeah, sounds like he could say the same. I'm sorry. And then uh, uh, uh. Why are these people talking about literally everything but the post? Maybe it's just because they're it's
The
like it's almost
flashlight guy.
right. It's like almost like a circle jerk. They're all like talking about yeah, they're all just talking about flashlights, nuclear fusion, revenge, unmatched power of the sun. He went full Zeus.
Zeus is the god of
Lightning?
lightning and like air, not the sun. Quit crying. This is Reddit.
Who's the sun? Kronos?
Apollo?
Apollo? Oh. Who brings it across the sky?
Apollo with the chariot.
Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Nice. I redirect my rear view and side mirrors to shine their own lights back into their eyes. I used to do that in my Miata. I'm pretty sure it did not matter though because my car was so low
Yeah,
to the
they're so
ground.
tiny. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, they're trying. I see you trying.
I try. Good job, GG boys. Good job. Good job. All right. You ready for Slapper's choice?
Oh! Employees' lunches are their personal property, and the company is not responsible for lost or stolen personal items. Nobody likes a lunch thief, and I had one of the most aggressive at my office. There were rumors for a few months leading up to the incident of someone going around and taking people's lunches. Just about every day, someone different would complain that their lunch was missing. My God.
I kind of wonder though, like, were they just stealing it just to be malicious, or were they stealing it because they were
Seems like
hungry?
they were just eating other people's lunch because they were hungry. Just one person a day had their lunch missing.
It's messed up.
It happened to me once or twice, but I figured, hey, it's a big office. A few people are probably just careless and grab the wrong lunch. I'm gonna say that never happens.
I once had a job where there was a serial like there was a serial person who like regularly took people's lunches. One time I came to the fridge back when I was breastfeeding and my milk bottles like the like that I like pumped like and stored in there with permission of HR, you know what I'm saying? I was told to put them in a specific place and told everybody that's where the milk is so that everybody knows. And somebody came through, unscrewed the bottle, and like I don't know if they drank it or poured it out or not, but it was like basically empty when it was full. And then one time I thought somebody took my lunch and I reported it. And then they came back to me a day later. It turns out the lady, the fucking HR lady, threw my lunch away because she thought it was part of the other ones that had been in there. But she threw away my lunch on a non-scheduled
Yeah,
lunch day.
it's
And
like a day. They're like, we're cleaning it out this
yeah,
year.
like every at my job, it's every Friday.
Yeah.
And then but like it was so horrible because again, I had just had a baby, you know what I'm saying? We didn't get to go out very often, and we had went to this really incredible restaurant that we don't get to go to often, and it's closed now, you know what I'm saying? And she threw away my steak. It was absolutely tragic. And they were asking, can we give you money? And I'm like, hey, that's a $50 steak. I mean, obviously more than half of it was gone, but that's a $50 steak. What are you going to do? Give me 50 fucking dollars? And they were like, no, but we can pay for your lunch today. And so I was like, are you going to give me extra time too? Because this has taken up my entire, like, this took up my whole lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I go eat? Can I go home? You know what I'm saying? It was shitty.
I don't think people grab wrong lunches. Okay, if you brought a lunch, and you know where you put it. Okay,
But the next line, read what it says.
they grab the wrong lunch and are too embarrassed to bring it back, or someone else packs their lunch and they don't know what's in there, so it's not obvious they have the wrong one or whatever. I don't believe any of that. Uh, y'all are lunch thieves, and you cannot use these excuses on me. Okay. Um, you're either really dumb or just a lunch thief, and I'm leaning that you're not that dumb. You know what I mean?
People got the mad dumb, baby.
I don't think that much.
I do.
I mean,
I have zero faith.
I've met a few people that I could believe are that dumb to just grab a random lunch because it's lunchtime. But
Did you
like,
hear the stories that I told yesterday about that lady who just let
yes,
her
there are
car?
people like that, but I'm pretty sure who in your office could be that person, and you would be like, "Hey, are you eating my lunch?" And they'd be like, "Oh, am I?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, man, please don't do that." And they'd be like, "Okay." It wouldn't be like a mystery lunch thief that's stealing every day. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh.
Anyways,
Anyway.
most people just brought brown bags with their name on it, anyways, or identical Rubbermaid Tupperware with a little piece of labeled tape on the side. It was easy enough to mix up.
Wow. That's why I always ask for special lunch boxes if I
Yeah.
ever had to. Like I always try to be different.
Why you always got to be so different?
I pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing, which I did a lot in my 20s.
I had accidentally grabbed a wrong lunch once or twice, but I'd noticed before I got it open. Exactly. Quit making excuses for these people. You know what lunch you brought. Okay. I thought I was just more careful or even just not as busy as some other people in the building. However, other people weren't as forgiving, and a quorum made complaints to HR. They were blown off. Personally, at the time, I thought it was all much ado about nothing. You
Very wonderful.
centrist.
True, but also I really love the usage of it was all much ado about nothing. You don't hear that very often. I just like words. I like words.
You like words? I like words. But then it began. See, until it really affected him, he ain't give a fuck.
Ooh,
I don't like this guy.
damn, you're right.
They were trying to do everything the right way. He was like, yeah, whatever. But now my wife enrolled in a French cooking class online, and just about every day I was bringing fancy gourmet leftovers in for lunch. You think I was picking up a to-go bag from a Michelin-starred bistro on the way in each morning. She really threw herself into the coursework. See, now he got some yummy, yummy foods. He's mad that they get stolen. And I bet they're going to get stolen a whole lot more often now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. This dude's going to be looking for this good French food. Bet. There were no problems for about 2 weeks, maybe 3, until one day my lunch went missing. Considering what delicacies I had to look forward to, I was pretty miffed. But I did a once over around the break room and didn't see anyone eating my lunch. So I figured someone grabbed my bag by accident earlier, saw how good things looked, and realized it was their lucky day and didn't bring it back to the fridge.
You are right. He is being absolutely too
Right.
forgiving.
Like, bro, Someone's stealing our food. Everybody's food. Like, that's the issue. I wrote the mysterious stranger off as an asshole, but accepted the loss and looked forward to dinner that night instead. The next day, I write my name on my lunch in extra bold lettering, jam the bag into the back of the fridge, and feel peace of mind. I get there come break time. Nope, it's gone. See,
Ooh.
I was pretty upset, but I figured it was a stroke of bad luck and left it at that. What else could I do? However, third day, out of an abundance of caution, I kept my lunch at my desk, a pain because I had to eat it fairly early in the day to avoid spoilage, but at least I'd know where it was. I got up to take care of some business down the hall, and when I came back, yep, my lunch was gone.
Oh, damn. That's super fucked. Oh, oh, but for real, like, damn, that, ooh, ooh, I'm hungry. That made me upset. Ooh.
Oh, baby.
We made some excellent birria tacos. I put it in the Discord. Join the Discord. Okay.
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 Unfortunately, that didn't help me narrow it down much at all because my desk is centrally located, so everyone's constantly passing by.
Oh my.
At that point, there was no possibility of the theft being arbitrary. So I approached HR and filed a complaint. I don't mind random violence, but when it happens to me, we got an issue. This dude, I don't like them.
Right.
I hope I hope your wife drops all the French food before it even gets in your bag. You can't even take it to work to get stolen. She has to throw it away because it got all on the floor. I don't know. Their response, practically verbatim, was employees' lunches are their personal property and the company is not responsible for lost or stolen personal items. They said the title.
Mm. They said the name of the movie. Oh my god, I think that's like another reason why we don't often go to the movies, because I can't shut the fuck up unless I'm like absolutely enthralled and I absolutely need to know. But they said the name of the movie. Go. I'm sorry.
The following day, my wife packed a cream based soup that really had to be refrigerated. I was passing the break room to check on my lunch practically every 5 minutes. Somehow it still managed to disappear. I was irate at this point and returned to HR and really blew my top. The best they could do was send a memo around about remembering to check the name on your lunch when you remove it.
It has to be someone from upper management,
You
someone
think
who has
so?
time, someone who has time to sit there or who can cover it up like HR.
I mean, it's not hard to
Somebody.
just walk in and take a thing and
But
walk
if he
somewhere
was
else.
actively like looking, that means that the person knows who
Well,
he
yeah,
is,
obviously
though.
they know who he is because they got the stuff
Yeah.
from his desk
Yeah.
and they've been stealing his named bag every day because he
Yeah.
knows there's good shit in there. So
Uh,
he's being targeted for real. So he
yeah.
knows his schedule. He's watching him.
Dang, that sucks.
It's really fucked up, dude.
It really
Holy,
is.
like,
Or what if he's just a huge douchebag actually at work too? One of those people
it's
who
still
is just
fucked
like,
up.
what if he's one of those devil's advocate type
Oh, he
people?
sounds like it
Right.
for
And I
sure.
bet you, what if somebody was like, I'm just like the mad poopa, like the fucking food
Or Robin
stealer
Hood,
or food stealer Camilla, like what
work
you
fridge Robin Hood looking ass.
and like what, but seriously, like what if he like straight up pissed somebody off and then he just like randomly like noticed that he had like good lunches, like maybe the first time was a fluke
Yeah.
and then the second time then it really wasn't a fluke. You know what I'm saying? What if he got targeted because he's a jerk on top of that?
Mm,
I really kind of wonder because you're right. You, but you recognize those white centrist vibes like immediately. I don't pick up on them as quickly. I'm just automatically sus if you, I don't know, like some people like it doesn't matter, but
it doesn't
you
matter.
picked up on that mad fast because I am so quick to trust. a lot of people, and like maybe not trust so much anymore because we've been through so much. But like I am really more willing to believe the better or give somebody the benefit of the doubt. And Slappa's like, no, I'm a man. I know what the fuck he's after. Or I that person's manipulating you. You need to drop them. Like, I love you. Love yourself. Like so many times.
Love yourself. Love yourself.
You heard that? You heard that? Just like pick up a titty. Did you hear that? Like,
hello?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that incredible message? Yes. Yes. I will love myself harder. I appreciate you. Good job. Good job. GG boys.
Congratulations, mommy.
That's what my son says every time. Well, no, I play a lot of Adventure Time balloons, and my son always says, congratulations, mommy, when I win. And I'm just always like, at first it was absolutely adorable, but then Slava started saying it at literally everything. And now I'm just like,
it's cute. You're a mom. Shut up.
You're a mom.
Oh, God.
You're a mom.
I'm Mr. Mom.
You're a mom.
The best they could do was send a memo around about remembering to check the name on your lunch when you remove it from the fridge. But they made it very clear that it was a routine memo and in no way related to my complaints, which were not their jurisdiction. So, not an admission of responsibility because my lunch was my own personal problem. The only suitable alternative to packing a lunch available in the building are these wretched shrink wrapped ham and cheese sandwiches from a vending machine. They've been marinating in the heat for God knows how long, and the bread is as stale as corkboard.
Oh my
And
goodness.
the meat is rancid, and there's gluey mayo smushed into the center. It's a relic of the old office tenants, I'm pretty sure. I vented daily to my
what
wife.
vendor are they using?
What?
They need to
Where are you
stop.
working, my guy?
Like, I mean, at my old job, remember, there was like a really cool, there was a beautiful cafe. Like everything was made to order, but they did have pre-made stuff, but it looked good. You know
Yeah,
what
they're
I'm
like
saying?
restocking and stuff, but like,
What manufacturer are they using? I will
I'm
say
sure
this
this
stuff.
is like a story from like back in the day, basically.
I guess.
Because like,
But I will say the stuff that was in the fridge oftentimes was just like very, very Rose. Come on.
what? Okay,
Please go.
we're recording them. Thank you.
But I will say that the things that were in the refrigerator, though, that like were like the vending machine stuffs, it was not the same company that was not only giving the food but cooking the food. But it was just a random like Oscar Mayer or something. Like it was gross. It
Oh,
looked
like yeah, like
nasty.
pre-made
Yeah,
bullshit.
that shit looked nasty. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's why the lunches were so expensive.
I vented daily to my wife, but her only idea was to start bringing a regular sandwich and apple again to dissuade the thief and get him to move on to other lunches.
Mm. But he would always still check yours first.
Right.
Mm.
So determined.
So determined.
Prevent this.
So determined to prevent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So determined to prevent this low-life scum from downgrading the quality of my lunch, I hatched an elaborate plan. Then the pandemic hit, and I forgot all about this whole saga.
Oh
Damn.
no.
I worked remotely for months and months, and then we returned. And after all that had happened globally, this was the last thing on my mind. But I got to the break room the first day back, frustrated from having to wear a button up and tie after months of working in pajamas, sore from my desk chair, and exhausted from small talk, only to find my lunch was gone. He didn't forget. He remembered your name.
Right. He remembered you.
He's like, oh, I can't wait to get back in that office. Get that good French food.
Dang.
Oh man.
Well, and now we have a time frame, so it wasn't that damn long ago.
Right. That's also where you working, dude.
because they had those lunches at my job until the pandemic, and
Mm,
I never went back in office, so
yeah.
like when I quit, I dropped all my shit, and then I didn't even step onto the curb. They met me in the parking lot, so the curb.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was a particularly sore point because my wife and I divorced between my last lunch and work and the present one. So I did not appreciate being reminded of any past threads involving her.
Wow.
Bro.
I bet you she like, oh, what if she took the
I
class because she was trying to start over and be her own person?
oh
Oh,
my god.
and the pandemic just
Yeah, that
ruined,
was
like
like a
just
thing. Like during the pandemic,
ruined.
everyone was like, we're leaving each other. I can't
Yeah.
be, I've been around you way too much.
Man, when we came home, man, we had fun. We had a lot of fun. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know. I've never tired of your company. Like
Same.
even like, when we were struggling the mostest, like I've always craved your company.
You're so gay. Love you too.
I love you. I'm craving something delicious.
Talking about lunches.
Ugh.
I pretty much flew into a blind rage at that point, especially seeing that stupid, worthless memo about checking the lunch bag names posted in the break room. Feeling so helpless and so hungry and so alone.
And for months and months. So she was already on the way
Yeah,
out.
she was already
She was
feeling
already on the way
miserable.
out. If for months though, because I worked at home for 2 years before quitting my Jesus.
As it was me and my lunch against the world. I stormed out and was determined to return the next day with a plan. So I came in the following day with an empty lunch bag. I checked closely to be sure no one was watching, and I switched the contents of the HR person's lunch bag into my bag. So now their lunch appeared to be my lunch. They'd packed a regular brown bag, so I just discarded that and I left and I waited. I knew this was a pretty big gamble because it was contingent on the theory that the thief was avoiding me while having lunch, but not wary of anyone else. So would eat out in the open if there were no risk of bumping into me. So I made a big show of going around the office announcing that I was headed out for a meeting and wouldn't be back until at least 3. I even went to the trouble of moving my car out of the lot to a space 2 streets over, where I then sat in my car and worked remotely for several hours before sneaking into the building up the back stairway.
Oh my gosh.
I then just sat in the stairwell outside the break room where you can hear chatter and can't be seen. And after about 20 to 30 minutes of waiting, I heard it. The sweetest sound I'll ever hear in my office. HR. What the heck, Kyle? That's my lunch. Lunch thief.
Not Kyle.
Nah, it's not your name on the bag. HR. Give me that. I'm assuming HR grabs the bag and saw my name. HR. Yeah, let's head to my office for a chat.
Dang. Oh my god.
The HR rep later called me in as well and said they were aware of my break room hijinks, but it was obvious that the point still came across loud and clear. They warned me that it was a violation of policy to move another employee's lunch. Really? It took every ounce of self control for me to keep from retorting. I thought our lunches were our own personal property
I would
and
have
the
said it.
company was not responsible for them being lost or stolen.
I
Yeah,
would have
I would
fucking
have
said
said
it.
that shit.
I would have said it, and then I would have.
I
Oh,
would have filed an HR case on HR. Fuck it.
yeah, no, like you have to go above
Like
them.
I talked to
But
you about this.
HR's only there to protect the
Yeah, but that's
company.
crazy, dude.
But dang, what an abuse of power.
Right.
Jesus. Ugh. Ugh.
Really, this is a double fuck around and find out.
Because
Mm.
HR fucked around and found
Because
out
the
too.
lunch thief was fucking around. He found out. He probably got fired. We'll keep reading, but And this guy fucked around and found out because he didn't give a fuck. Everyone was like, "Hey, someone's stealing our lunches," and he was
Mm.
like, "Whatever, man." And then he found out what it
Mm.
really is like to have your lunch
Mm.
stolen.
Mm.
Yeah,
So no, it's like a triple
a triple because
because
HR guy.
HR.
Yes,
Oh,
damn,
dang, baby, that's
triple.
crazy.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Ooh. That's
Okay.
crazy, though.
They informed me
Everybody did. Everybody, you gonna learn your fucking lesson, bitch. I
learned your
got
fucking lesson.
professor.
I got per pressing.
I got depression. Shout out mental illness. Shout out mental illness.
Yo, whether you're medicated
Or
or
unmedicated.
unmedicated.
Stop. Don't say the next line.
They informed me they located the thief and that things will be handled accordingly.
That's crazy.
But better than whatever write up they might be able to issue Kyle, his reveal as the lunch thief occurred in front of the whole break room. So word quickly spread as to who had been stealing everyone's lunches earlier last year, and he's now the office pariah. He was in line for a promotion. The promotion is indefinitely off the table.
What I tell you, somebody
He
was
fucked around and
like,
found out.
no, what I tell you though, I was like, it has to be
Oh, like
someone who's
someone
able to
higher up.
cover it up
Yeah.
or who thinks they're good. You know what I'm saying? Ooh.
You're right.
Bitch.
I also earned brownie points for exposing him, though more than I'm satisfied with are being attributed to HR. What did they mean to say here?
No, that made sense.
Though
And
more
I
than
also earned brownie points for exposing him, though
so,
more than I'm satisfied with are being attributed to HR. There's no comma.
oh, they missed a comma.
Yeah.
That's weird. Commas are weird.
Come on, mama.
At the end of the day, though, I didn't do this for credit or even the sweet, sweet, sweet revenge. I did it to get my lunches back.
But now your lunches suck.
Yeah, now you got divorced and your lunch. You just back to the sandwich and apple.
Whoa!
It's not the comments. It's not my problem until it affects me personally, said
Ooh.
HR probably. Oh no. Okay. It's just people relating, I think. Yeah.
Why aren't they calling his out? Oh, what did I say? HR's job is not, in fact, to help you, just the company.
Or themselves.
Oh, absolutely. People are agreeing. I would have said it.
Yeah.
I would have said
I would have
it.
called HR out. Fuck that. Piece of shit.
But honestly, I probably, if it really was like that, I probably would have pulled out the handbook my fucking self and read it to them and made a big enough stink.
In the first place.
Yeah. So like, if it was really affecting
you would have
me,
joined everybody else in doing it though.
oh yeah, I probably would have been the loudest voice. Because everybody.
Nah.
No, I think I would have been the loudest
You don't
voice.
like starting shit, but you'll fucking hype people up. It had to be someone who just really like gets angry at work to start that.
You know, in the past, I definitely would not have been, but like these days at my job, I am absolutely an advocate.
It is Aries season.
Oh. But no, like seriously, I'm the one who's been bringing ideas to my managers. You know, I'm the one who gets to implement them, and people look to me for, advice and stuff at work. Like people do that here. Me forgetting exactly what we do like every day. I'm pretty.
You are.
At least she's pretty, guys.
All right. If you steal lunches, you need some help. Are you okay?
For real though, I want like until we realized he was like the teacher's pet, I definitely was like hoping that he wasn't just hungry because I'd feel really bad if he was just hungry. We hungry, you know what I'm saying? I put respect on it, but not like that. Anyway. All right. And then one more story. And I'm so sorry. Like, I feel like we kind of just like bullshitted the first story. I feel like the first story often is us just trying to like get into the groove of it. And if y'all don't like that or if y'all want us to tone it down, we definitely will. But all right. So the next one is karma generates interest over time. Ooh, is this the Batman one you told me?
Mhm.
I love Batman.
And this was voted the
Story of the year for
story of the year.
2022.
So
Wow.
it should be pretty good. I didn't read it all,
Oh, yeah.
but
All right, let's do it
it's story of the
together.
year.
The stars will cry the blackest tears tonight. And this is the moment that I live for. Okay, oh yeah. I can smell. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry for all of that. Y'all are gonna listen to that later, and I'm so sorry. because because pouring my heart onto these rooftops, just a ghost to the world. That's exactly from up here. Okay, enough. Okay.
Yeah, you said you would stop messing around.
I haven't started reading anything.
You're
My auntie.
right.
Anyway, my ankle did just pop out. Shit did not feel good. All right. So this one's called Karma Generates Interest Over Time. And Slappa mentioned it was like a Batman story. And like, I'm a huge Bat fan. And I don't care what people say about it. I I mean, I agree with y'all if y'all don't like Batman, but I have a deep love for Batman. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Okay. I don't accept the Robert Pattinson. He's not my Batman. Thank you. All right. In third grade, starting
That's
out.
not my Bruce Wayne.
And the memory, bro. But seriously, I think this one is actually
Keaton.
yeah, Michael Keaton, right? Right. That's what his name is. Yeah. I love that man. He's actually really beautiful to me. I don't know. He's got like that. Okay, Slappa thinks I have really terrible taste in men. Okay, and he's probably right, but I like am more interested in the vibe we're having together. If I'm being honest with you, but like Woody Harrelson. Oh my gosh, I would jump all over those bones. You know what I'm saying? Or Jason Momoa, who's absolutely a god. You know what I'm saying? Or like um or never mind. Just
Who?
Elba,
You
Idris
can't.
Elba.
Idris Elba? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
or that person on Tickle Talk with all
Ooh.
the abs and stuff.
Which one?
Oh my gosh, where's Nova? Nova, Nova, where are you? So this person right here, you ever are you friends with shit posters? They just post all
You
the
got a lot to
time.
scroll through.
You got a lot to scroll through. Anyway, so their
Oh,
name on
lean
Tik
beef patty? Yeah.
yeah, their name on TikTok is Lean Beef Patty. Just incredible. But also, I don't need all those muscles. Okay.
You don't got them. She
I
does.
don't you know what sometimes you I wonder about dynamics in relationships. My brother used to tell me two big people don't go together. I don't agree with that, but whatever, because if they vibing together, they vibing together, right? But at the same time, it made me really start wondering about things. And one of those things is like, you can't have two hard people, you can't have two muscly ass people. And I mean, I guess you can, but I am soft. I am a soft being. I am soft. I smell pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I
You saying gym people stink?
no, I'm just saying I think that your muscles are hard. And I think it would be uncomfortable to lay on. And also, I think I would drive cars over their bodies a lot. It'd be like burp, burp. I have Batmobiles. I would use my Batmobiles to drive over your abs. I said it. I said it. I'm soft. Anyway, I'm sorry. It was absolutely a rant. Anyway, in the third grade, I was an awkward kid, had a mean drunk father, struggled to fit in and make friends, was bullied and shunned by other kids. One of my classmates, let's call him Derek,
Derek.
Derek who regularly partook. Oh yeah, fuck this kid. No, no, for real though. Fuck you, Derek. If you're out there,
Fuck you, Derek, you bitch.
let's call him Derek, who regularly partook in bullying me, Buster, bullying me. Um, showed me kindness one day, being deprived of kindness or attention so regularly I was putty in his hands. Let's put a pin in that because that's absolutely a thing. And I think we should all talk about it. Like the whole women, like, you're too emotional. So girls stop being emotional or they don't want or you can't express emotion or people keep telling you you're too fast that you can't wear that this that and the third when then the first dude who tells her that she's hot she goes running off with him to elope when if you had just been kind and sweet and told your daughter how beautiful she was in all aspects of the word, then she probably wouldn't have ran off with some fucking idiot straight away. And the same here. He was bullied a lot. And the first kid who showed him kindness was a bully. And he's about to probably get got, anyway, but so he was putty in his hands, or they were. Um, He hanged out with me during recess when I was usually alone. We laughed and talked about girls we like. He even apologized for being an asshole to me. The reason he was nice to me, though, was because I had brought a very popular, expensive Batman action figure to school with me to pass the time since I was mostly alone. I saved allowance and mowed lawns for 2 months to buy that toy. Everyone wanted one. By the end of the day, he asked me if I could lend the action figure. And like the naive, socially inept kid, I trusted him. The deal was to return it the following morning. I went home and I never suspected a thing. The following day, he completely ignored me. I had a kid steal my Game Boy Advance in the same exact way.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's how it
remember?
did?
Yeah, like he was like, "Hey, I'll bring it back to you when we get to school." And I was like, "Hey, just meet me on the bus later." He never came back.
That's dedication for a Game
Yo,
Boy.
yo. It was a
Was
glacier
it his
pink one.
bucks?
I don't know.
He's just like,
Remember, I
digital.
told the story that kid disappeared, and so I brought my brand new glacier pink Game Boy Advance to school with me in middle school, and wasn't supposed to bring it, and this kid I was playing Sonic, and this kid was like, I know how to beat that level, and he did, and then we traded back and forth until we got to school where I was like, hey, give it back to me, and then he was like, let me just finish this, I'll meet you on the bus later, but I never saw that kid again.
That's crazy.
Like at all. I didn't see him in the sixth grade hall because I was like a seventh or eighth grader at the time. I didn't see him in the sixth grade hall. I didn't see him at lunch. I didn't see him on the bus. And I haven't seen it since. And what's even crazier, I think the reason I told that story is what's a secret you never told your parents is that my friend gave me a purple one and knew who the kid was who stole it from me. And he ended up giving me his purple one. And my dad asked me like much later, like, I thought it was pink and I thought it was see through. And I was like, nope, it's been purple this whole time. And definitely, like, and that was like the end of the
So
story.
his friend like
I think
paid
that's
you back because you felt
right,
bad.
right. Or either his friend paid him back or it was him. And I just didn't remember because I was a stupid kid. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I really don't know. I think they were definitely in cahoots together, though,
Um,
or it was the same kid. And I was just an idiot and didn't remember what he looked like. Anyway, so he completely ignored me the next day. When I tried to talk to when I tried to when I tried to talk to him, he acted like I was crazy. When I asked him to return the action figure, he simply said, "You never gave me a Batman. Maybe you imagined it." Oh, the gaslighting. When I persisted, he threatened to beat me. When I complained to the teacher, I was told that it was my own fault for bringing toys to school. Wow. But he still stole, well, you gave it to him willingly, but damn,
nah.
he took it from you. He said he would give it back. You think the parent would at least be notified.
Right.
Anyway, I couldn't let my father know. Oh man, knowing he would call me a pussy and beat my ass and I would be punished for weeks. I
There you go.
understand. I'm so sorry, OP. What's worse is Derek told all the girls that I confided to him, oh, about fancying them and that I lusted after them and I wanked off to them. Wow. I was a social outcast before that, but at least I was tolerated. But after this, his smear campaign with the girls, I was a leper. Wow. People wouldn't even look at me, not even the wait, people wouldn't, oh my gosh, people wouldn't even look me in the eyes. Not even the teachers. Wow.
These teachers suck, dude.
Absolutely. Kids started throwing stones at me, sabotage and vandalized my property. It was hell. It did nothing. I did nothing about it but cry. I was weak and I was a weak-willed kid after all. But to this day, I wish I'd bit someone's ear off or something, anything in retaliation. Damn, that is so tragic. I feel like every kid kind of gets to that point where they're just like, I can't win at home, I can't win here, like I just feel so trapped. I think every kid, teenager, it doesn't matter like how good your life is, how good your upbringing is, sometimes you just feel like I wish I could literally do anything, but you can't, and you feel really helpless. Every child experiences that sense of helplessness at one point, I feel like, and it might be more severe than others, but damn, so little, third grade. After a while, the bullying died down. I focused on my studies and started getting good grades. Derek started talking to me again, but I ignored him completely. Sometimes he would repeat, "Why are you being such a baby? You didn't give anything. You imagined it. Man, if you don't leave me the fuck alone." I'm glad he started gray rocking though, even though it like, I feel like, I think I even said it like a couple episodes ago, or maybe sometime on the Reddit Rainbow, when it like gray rocking is absolutely effective. Gray racking is when you just basically shut down and you don't give them a response, right? Or you don't engage with the person who's causing you harm. But the level of abuse you have to get there to even get there, like you have to be so absolutely done for it to not just break you time and time again. Like for him to be in third grade and already gray rocking and be so disconnected, that hurts my heart. It really does. It's tragic. By the end of the year, we moved houses and I transferred to another school far away, not far away. Things were much better here. I finally had friends and I was not as naive anymore. See, he learned a lot. He learned too damn much. So I was not as easily targeted, but I was still mostly me and I still got picked on every now and then. Over the years, I became somewhat of a delinquent, and in high school, I got into regular fights. I may have been overcompensating for the lack of a spine I had in my younger years. Aw. I bartended in nightclubs, hotels, and cruise liners in my early 20s, and this helped me a lot to be more socially adept and to understand social dynamics and human nature. I finished trade school and qualified as an electrician and later as a plumber. I know, water and electricity, but believe it or not, I thought it was an ingenious at the time. I started my own business, developed a reputation for excellent workmanship in my local area, and did well for myself. When I was 29, I'm 36 now, I received a call at 2 in the morning for a flooding emergency at a local residence. When I got there, the place was a mess. Water was jetting out of a burst pipe and electrical equipment was shorted. It was really dangerous. The living room floor was caved in due to a sinkhole. I was met by the wife, let's call her Jane. Jane, hysterical and beside herself. She somehow thought she was responsible for, which I found odd, but I assured her that it couldn't possibly be her fault. He arrived not 5 minutes later. His demeanor was irate and he didn't greet or shake my hand when I offered it, but I recognized him immediately. Derek from all those years ago. Yeah, fuck you, Derek. Also, the fact that the wife was blaming herself
Mhm.
speaks absolute volumes. Like she's like, she already knows he's gonna find a way to blame that shit on her, even though their house is just on top of a sinkhole, apparently, which is awful, but damn. Very alarming. Red flag, red flag. I mean, this dude was a walking red flag when he stole the Batman. Okay.
Just the Batman.
Just the Batman.
That's the only problem.
I'm kidding. I felt so much for that baby, for OP and his childness. Anyway, childhood. Sorry. Um, he demanded to know why I have not begun fixing the issue yet. I was professional. I told him what the He demanded to know why I have not begun fixing the issue yet. I was professional. Told him that told him what I'd write. Oh my gosh. He demanded to know why I have not begun fixing the issue yet. I was professional. Told him what I'd told the wife in terms of costs, but I hid the written quote in my vehicle. I told him who I was and acted happy to see him, assured him that he was in good hands. Ooh. After a while of arguing with his wife, ooh, I knew it. He seemed to calm down and joked around with me. I knew I had fooled him. Damn. Also, you had a quick fight with your wife and then you cooled down. Disgusting. Sick bitch. Anyway, we talked about our careers, kids, school days. I gave him tips and fake recommendations. We got along great, and his trust was so easy to gain. He must have thought of me as a complete sucker. I assured him that he was in good hands and this would be fixed in no time. I was careful not to start any actual work on the property. Doing the smallest thing would make me responsible for all of it. Derek left after an hour or so, so his wife stayed behind, and I started my revenge. When I was doing my assessment, I noticed that most of the building did not comply with city regulation and did not adhere to the registered and approved plans. There were multiple safety hazards, and all plumbing and electrical work here completely unqualified and uncertified people in an attempt to save money. Oh, dang. Also, the pipe in question had been leaking for weeks and just getting worse by the day, and it finally caused a disaster, which means their water bill would be astronomical at the end of the month unless a qualified plumber endorses a rebate with the municipality. Ooh. I called my contact at the city, let's call him Donovan, and notified him of the regulatory violations. Safety hazards and non-city complicit installations on the property. I also told him of the possible water bill. He promised to be there the next day. I immediately started photographing and documenting. The following mortaring.
Damn.
The following morning, my contact there was 10. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, it's been like 2 hours. No wonder I'm losing steam.
Come on. Come on, Peggy.
Peggy here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give me the best. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I don't have enough. Oh yeah. All right. The following morning, my contact was there at 10. He had a field day. He informed Derek's wife of the calamity that was to come. They would be forced to tear down all the building additions, remove all the uncertified plumbing and wiring installations, have the plans reapproved, and start from scratch, which is an estimated loss of 950,000.
God damn.
Derek was there in minutes and he was livid. He quickly threatened legal action, but Donovan simply told him that he had more than enough photographical evidence to have the property declared invalid within a week if Derek did not comply in writing. Donovan reminded Derek, this is so juicy. Donovan reminded Derek that he does this for a living and that the city has more legal resources to waste money on. I left Derek an invoice for my time just to smear salt on the wound and took my leave.
Damn.
Later, he called me every name under the sun. I remained silent and he hung up. He went on Facebook rant about me, which was a bad idea. All of the community stood up for me and it started storytelling. a storytelling competition where all kinds of people revealed stories of unsavory things that Derek did to them in the past. Apparently, Derek has always been an asshole and has never changed.
Damn, Derek.
Dang. So when did he peak? At that moment when he stole the
Yeah,
Batman?
that's pretty much it.
One day he called me and asked to meet, and he sounded defeated and depressed. So I decided to meet and see what's up. I met him at a local busy convenience store. I know better than to take Derek the weasel at face value. So noticed quickly when he laid his phone screen down on the table, I knew he was recording the conversation. He apologized for his behavior, which surprised me, and told me that this whole dilemma has all but bankrupted him. He told me he took out a loan on the building additions and cut corners to save money, that everyone does it. He showed me the water bill, which was nearly
Oh my
80,000, a
god.
problem easily erased with qualified plumber's signature and endorsement. I refused, and he got irate again. Then he asked, "Why did you do this to me? I know I was a dick to you when we were kids, but I don't deserve to have my and my wife's lives ruined because of mistakes I made when I was a kid." You will absolutely fuck around and absolutely find out. Much like that person in the last story where they were lost, they didn't get a job because they were rude to somebody in high school, and now their forever career
Oh
is
yeah, with that
not
interview and
yet,
everything. Mhm.
when their forever career has vanished like that just because they were being a huge dick. Just like that girl from earlier at my job was being a huge bitch to me, and then I said something to my manager, and then she came back and was like, "We good?" One day, one day.
We'll all
Anyway,
be good one day.
one day we'll all be good. And then he said, I don't deserve to have mine and my wife's lives ruined because of mistakes I did when I was a kid. What kind of person are you? You told me I was in good hands and I trusted you. You assured me you would help me, and then you stabbed me in the back. You quoted me only a few hundred and told me not to worry. I replied, I said no such thing. Derek, stop lying. Derek speaking, sorry. He said, "Stop lying. You told me it would cost a few hundred, maybe less. I heard you say it. You promised to help me, gave me recommendations. Why are you doing this to me?" OP.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that
That's
must be
their
their name. Their name is
yeah.
like Seneca. Derek, you must have imagined it. Ooh. I looked him in the eye. He knew exactly why I said that. The same thing he told me almost 20 years ago. And I repeated it just to drive it home. Sent You're being a baby. I never quoted you for anything. You imagined it. Fuck, dude. He knew I was destroying him financially because a Batman action figure he stole me 20 years ago. I could see it in his eyes, but he couldn't bring himself to say it. Oh, those people are their own worst enemies. If he had just fucking sucked it up and groveled, or just said, "I'm sorry," or literally just tried to make amends.
I think it's just too
This,
late for him.
no, I know. I'm just saying, like, he could have literally avoided all of this, like, obviously, like, maybe not because he was a piece of shit in all his life, but like, if he had maybe said sorry to that dude in the get-go, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he was like, "Hey man, I'm really sorry for the way I treated you when we were kids. Any help you can give me is nice." He might have
Nah,
gotten,
bro.
nah, I know now, but I'm just saying, like, he might have gotten a little bit of something from him, but nah, dude. Oof. And then it says, he couldn't bring himself to say it. His expression was a mixture of astonishment and disgust. And I looked him dead in the eyes for a few seconds. And then I got up and left. Slept like a baby that night. Had a goofy smile all week after. He tried calling a few times, but sent him a text stating that further harassment will be met with legal action. I feel bad for the wife, though. Derek, you know what your real name is and what mine is. If in the future you read this and realize how I screwed you over, remember how costly that little Batman action figure was to you after years of accumulated interest and karma.
Mm.
The look of despair on your face will, when you realize why you were ruined, was delicious. I cackled maniacally on the drive home from that convenience store. It was time for you to pay the piper. And if you think this will help you legally, go ahead and try. It won't. So don't waste your time, or rather, do waste as much money and time as possible. I welcome being even more of a financial inconvenience to your life. Fuck you, Derek.
Fuck you, Derek.
And edit. If the monetary amounts confuse you, I don't live in the US. Divide the amounts by 8 and you have a rough estimate of the exchange rate.
That doesn't seem right.
I don't care. Fuck you, Derek. I want everybody in the Discord or in the comment section to just be like, fuck you, Derek. Yeah. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not on YouTube and Tickle Talk if any of this gets on here, because could be harassment and bullying, maybe. But put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord.
Put it in my mouth.
But all right, shit, that was good. That was fabulous, actually. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Look at it. It's just a bunch of people saying, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, nobody can read that. But anyway, just know that I tried, guys. Look at it. It says, yeah, fuck you, Derek. Fuck Derek. Don't fuck Derek. That's how you get more Derek. Can't even upvote you. It's 69 at the moment. Fix that for you. 169 now. Nice. 369. I'll leave it. You can upvote now. All my homies hate Derek. Word up.
Oh my god.
Derek's a cunt. Don't you ever let me run into Derek. It would be a bad day. Did he ever end up taking legal action? Also, I hope you were able to get a new one, a Batman eventually. No, he had no legal grounds, especially against me. I had covered myself by documenting my assessment by noting them along with video and photographical evidence to back up my notes. I also refused to do any work since by doing so, I could be held partly responsible. Donovan warned him not to make things difficult, as it would be the city he would be fighting, not me. Since I'm registered in the city database, I am technically also a representative of the city council. From all the people who were bullied as kiddos and all of us who have grown up dreaming of nuclear revenge, I thank you. I'm never going to get revenge on the people who bullied me and stole from me. But I pray karma does build up. I'm so glad you were able to see yours and use the exact same wording. I feel very peaceful after having read your story and some of these comments. And a lot of people just joining in. All right, that's it for the story. That was actually a really lovely pop palette cleaner.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely phenomenal.
Fuck you, Derek.
Fuck you, Derek.
We hate you.
We're just gonna randomly just start saying fuck you, Derek, now. Like it's gonna be great. There's like, probably some poor kid out there named Derek who's gonna come across this and just be like, hi,
Derek.
Hi, Derek.
What's that Eminem song? Fuck you, Debbie.
Whoa. Now this might be the job. Now I can't remember the words right now. Because it feels so empty without me. La, 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 la. We're real musical today. La, 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 la. Stop. La, 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 la. Kids. All right, guys. Hopefully it didn't bring our kids. But anyway. But all right, guys. Any takeaways from fuck around and find out?
Try not to fuck around that much, guys.
Honestly, I feel like it's really crazy how I had a really weird day today, and then these are the stories we read. Like I chose fuck around and find out, you know what I'm saying? But like I didn't think I was gonna relate nearly as hard as I did so easily, especially because my own coworker said was being really hostile to me today. You know what I'm saying? And how I literally tell all my teammates, because I'm like known for my positivity at work. Like all of this is me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just putting on a front. Like I am just like this, you know what I mean? So people often find me really chipper and stuff at work. And I'm always encouraging people, please just be nice to people because you never know what the fuck they're going through. Like that lady who it wasn't even that big of a deal. People always like often message, hey, I just got this call, you know what I'm saying? But it's the way you deliver it. And honestly, like if her delivery was different, I wouldn't have been upset. You know what I mean? I would have just apologized and said the same thing, but apologized and been like, well, no, I probably would have just literally just said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If she had just been a little fucking nicer. And then also just just I can't express enough, just be kind. You know what I'm saying? And just spread it because what you give is what you get. I can't even tell you how many times I've like disarmed someone just simply just by being like, hi, thank you for calling. My name is Franny. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? And that stuff like just comes really natural to me because like if you fake it long enough, it just comes like muscle memory, right? But sometimes if you're just like, you can't make it through the day, you can force it through your voice, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes some of that positivity that you're like generating kind of bleeds into you a little. Like if you fake it, you might, make it, you know what I mean? And I don't, I know that sounds a little morbid or what have you, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes when you fake it, sometimes it kind of helps you like I hyperfixate like real bad, like sometimes when I get jerked, when I get jerked out of what I'm hyperfixated on and spiraling on, it literally like instantly fixes my mood just a little. Like it's easy for me to sink back. However, I did just come back up for a moment for air, and then I just start pushing it off me, like get away, like stop thinking about this. Like, it's like, um have you ever felt like you're like almost watching yourself in the third person? You know what I'm saying? Like no,
It's
but
called
seriously.
dissociative.
Oh. But no, see, I'm pretty. But no, like for real, like I know I'm not the only one. I didn't realize how much I dissociated. I guess that was kind of a realization for me. But like sometimes it's like I want to stop myself from doing the thing, from spiraling. I'm like, come on, Franny, just come on, girl. I know you got this. You know what I mean? And I just can't. And then sometimes Slappo will just like not literally slap, of course, but sometimes he'll just be like, I'm right here, like focus on me, like look at this dumb joke I, did. And he just pulls me right the fuck out of it. Or sometimes like whenever my dad passing away was still fresh, he would just hold me, and just let me cry it out, Sometimes people are just going through a lot. That's all I'm saying. People are going through a lot. Just be nice and serve that energy, okay? If they're being nice to you, be nice. If they're being mean to you, fucking be mean to them. Fuck those people to the bottoms of hell. Little kitty. Anyway, I almost cried. Anyway, anything you want to add?
No, you got it.
All right,
Be
guys.
nice out there.
Be nice,
This
guys.
sucks.
It really does suck. And maybe your random stroke of kindness might turn someone's day around. All right, guys. I love you. We love you. It's Aries season. And what are you doing? It's Aries season, and I appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.
Blue, 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 birds, blue, 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 birds, blue, 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 birds. Bloopers.
Perfect. Um, the guy quit.
I knew it.
Yeah, he quit and went to that party, and the dude snapped on everybody and said "fuck all y'all," and then did the balls thing. And they were like, "You've been replaced. This kid's cool." And they brought the kid back to the party.
And then that was it.
Yeah.
Did that bitch ever get told the fuck off?
No.
I'm upsetty spaghetti. What? That bitch that was saying that all that real fucked up shit and yelling. The one who needed anger management. What about the black man? Did anybody ever be kind to him? Aside
Yeah.
from the dude who like flipped out?
Yeah.
Who? Everybody?
Everybody else.
So she's racist.
She's just a piece of shit.
I'm upset. Oh, that's why. I said, ooh, yeah. Where did I get that from? You have to be careful because in this shirt, look, this shirt has long sleeves and a short body. You have to be careful.
Long
Things will slip
and a
out.
short body.
I'm telling you, like this shirt is so cute, but like everything is hanging out. Like the bottom of the shirt is right here. My titty is right there. I'm just saying. This show is so funny. Watch, that's gonna sound terrible in the mic.
Probably.
I was trying not to pop it.
Pop it, baby.
Hot pocket. Oh, don't you make fun of me. It matched. It was the right amount of syllables, syllabus, synonyms, soliloquy, Jamiroquai.
Oh, no.
Oh, them things is thangin'. Okay. Focus.
We're done with word association.
Focus.
Back to the story. They ain't gonna look at it neither.
Ah! Stop.
Okay. Let me get centered now. You throwing me off with your chaos.
Aries season.
It is Jesus. It's fucking Aries. Help! I'm marrying an Aries.
Oh no! You remember that fucking lawyer? Oh god, you're gonna have fun editing this.
Quit making me edit everything.
I will edit your soul. Story in the year. Story of the year. I know water and electricity. Blah, 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 blah.